Right. Right. So D'Addario XS electric guitar string. This is not cheap, man. So this better be good. This is a, what would you call it? A sort of kind of short-term review. Not review, but short-term impression. Because I installed the strings about yesterday into my M1000 LTD of 2005 model. Not that it matters. I wanted to revisit the EMG, and by the way, revisiting the EMG when I've been playing my passive pickups for so long, my P90 style pickups, my PRSs with the passive pickups. But man, when it comes to metal, this is so tight. Tight, and the distortion is smooth, and it's a good tone. It's a good tone. It has a nice, I think it has a nice upper mid-range too, so that it can help you to cut through. It's not just some bullcrap that other people are saying. It's actually, I find it actually quite good. Gave the guitar a bit of a clean too, but not fully clean, because I only half cleaned it to appease some of the snowflakes there. Oh, look, his guitar is so smudgy. Oh, mommy. So, and I also at the same time wanted to make it appealing for the guitarists who like that they like that the guitar gets played look. So, a bit cleaner on the top, and then smudgy on the bottom. Okay? We got a compromise. We met in the middle. Good. Now let me talk about the strings here. So I installed the D'Addario 10-52s yesterday, and I'm normally an Elixir guy, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But I don't, it's, to be honest with you, it's kind of half not looking good, and it's half so far so good. I used to think about the D'Addario XL line, their old coating one, but I didn't like it because the way they coated that is they coated the wire for they actually coated the wire for the winding, right? So you got the core of the string there. Let's say this, that string, right? The wound strings. They got the core of that, and then the actual winding wire is coated, and then it goes around the core wire, right? The problem with that is you still have gaps in between the windings where oil and dirt and debris and all that can still get in between the winds, and that's what causes the string to get all dead. You know, it goes from this is an exaggeration, right? Can you hear it though? That's an exaggeration. It sounds, I don't know if it's I don't know if that's even a good representation, but you know what a dead string sounds like, a dead wound string sounds like. And with new ones, they do it similarly to Elixir, where they got the core of the string, of the wound string, and then they wind it, and then they wrap the whole thing around like a tight wind, really like a really fine polymer or something like that. I don't know if they use polymer or whatever they use, but I like the way they're doing it now. So it's the way I see it, it's kind of it's a I think that's the way to go, in the way I would prefer it anyway. Not that I'm just a guy, right? But yes, since yesterday, the wound strings are still pretty good. Though, like, you can hear it's still kind of sparkly. See? It's still bright. That's not. I like that piano-like, you could say. But the plain steels on this, they claim to have some kind of polymer on the plain string, but yesterday, I mentioned yesterday I restrung this and I was playing it, just playing some riffs, and I can already see the plain steel strings, especially the B and the E string is already discolored. Now it doesn't feel rough or anything. Like when it's really a few days old, like an uncoated, like Ernie Ball or the Adagio, the plain ones, the normal ones. After a few days with me, they would feel rough and disgusting, and it's just along with the discoloration. But I don't know if the discoloration is just affecting, if that's just the coating, if this the coating that's affected, or if it's somehow seeped through and then reached the string and then discolored the string. I don't know how well you can see this through the camera, right? If I was gonna get closer and then do a zoom on it, let's say. Now let's find where the discoloration is. I can see it somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Now how can we? I think I think you might be able to see it there. If I move the light around, you see that? Yeah, that's not just something I can wipe off. See how I'm running my finger through it and it's not changing. So it's not just like discoloration that I can dislodge kind of thing. Can you how well can we see this? Is it focused on the right thing? I think it's focused on the frets. Let's do more zoom action. That's the max I can go. Where else can we see that? But yeah, you can see it. You can see it. I know you can, because I can see it. Right? But who knows? This is a short-ish first look, or for short-ish first impression. I don't know. the tone is probably still good. Now, I don't think I want to do a comparison, string comparison to coated versus uncoated, because look here, man. Let's be realistic here. I don't think that really the differences that can yield probably does not matter, right? Of course, in the studio, just go ahead and use like a uncoated string. I really think that's just best practice to use uncoated strings for the studio, because why not get everything, right? Sonically, you get everything. You get all the highs, all the lows and mids, and all of that on an uncoated string. And if you're using coated strings, it's gonna diminish something somehow. But in real world application, like some real world applications anyway, like practice or in a show or gig rehearsal, you can use it's good to use the coated strings there because of longevity, and the tone is just affected minimally or not too significantly, right? When I put in the strings on, I wasn't wondering like, oh man, I wonder how it compares to uncoated. Nah, it's just I strung it on, right, and then stretched the strings, and then did the tuning, and then started playing or testing and playing. Man, that's. And then the real impression was just like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like I restrung it and then I tuned it, started playing, and then I'm getting that facial expression like something's wrong, because whatever the difference is with this to the uncoated string, it's not significant enough that it really gets you that expression like something's wrong. It's kind of like when you really think about it, when you're not overthinking it, you play it, you restring it, and you play it. Oh, it's all good. It's chimey as a new set I would be expected, as it should. It's crispy as it should. Everything is as it should be, right? So just on the studio, just use your favorite uncoated string, and for the practice and stuff, use what you like. Use what you like. I like to use the Elixirs, but depending on how this goes, maybe in a few months, I might still even have this in a few months' time, because I don't really use this guitar as much these days, because I like using my PRSs and the passive pickups, let's say. I could still go back to metal and hard rock and all that, and then this is actually pretty good for it, the EMGs, because of the compression, and I'm using the 9 volt on it. I tried the 18 volt mod, and I made sure it's 18 volt too, okay, because I tested it out using a multimeter, and then it gave me about 18 volts. So I wired it in series, not parallel. I know about that stuff too, but my palm muting there is a bit soft, but I can tighten it up if I wanted to, but I wanted to hear that kind of saggy kind of palm muting sound. but I was going to tighten it up. My my arm was getting tired there. I'm not I'm getting a bit old for this now. I used to be able to do master puppets with the downstrokes and stuff, but man, I need to practice more of that. Can you still some of you who used to play master puppets, can you still play it today? It's so tight. This is the Rev G3. I've not changed the settings at all. I just left it as it is and then just plugged in the guitar and then testing the articulation. That was a Thirsty Merc riff, by the way. Disgusting. I tune my guitar a bit weird, hey? Like the tuning style. So you know, no oscillation. Tuning by ear. It's a pretty good skill to learn. Mine's not perfect, but I'm happy I have it. Just a little bit there from the G string, probably. It's pretty good, I gotta admit. Man, I could do that for hours, man. I could just stay there and just feel the riffing. stay on that F sharp thing, and then or E. Something about those chords just feels heavy and chunky. You probably know this, you probably felt that too before. So Diodario, have you tried them? Are you a coated string enjoyer like I am? Time will tell. I think so far so good. Apart from the coloration, discoloration. The wound strings, they seem to be okay still. The plain string doesn't feel bad yet. Still feels pretty good. So I'm hoping whatever is going on with the plain strings there is just visual. But 3 months time, or 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, I might get back to you on this one and see what I find. Hopefully it's all good still, right? You can hear it. I wonder if they have like a, because I'm using a 1052 gauge, that's my preferred gauge, because it's easy to bend up here. Right? And I like to riff heavy-handedly. You can hear how much the string is pinging. Heavy-handed, right? So I wonder if there's like a 10 to 54 or 10 to 56 even on a 6-string. So that, because with this one, you can hear it gets sharp for a moment, and 52 gauge, and it's a 25.5 inch scale, and it's still doing that. So maybe if there's a 1054 out there, or maybe even a 56 in coated, I try it out, but chances are it's probably not going to be a coated one, right? You cannot have it all. See, it's getting a bit sharp. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all, but probably also because my action in this is pretty high. I think this is 2 on the wound side. It's, what is this? It looks like it might be 2 or 2.5 mil, or maybe even 3 mil. I don't know. It's pretty high. I don't know why I like it like that. Okay, let's see. Is this even? This is from the top of the fret to the 12th fret. Oh, a 12th fret from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string. I think. Hang on. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Probably 4 millimeters. I don't know. It's pretty high, right? I'll just show you. You can gauge that. All right. How well can we see this? This one here. See that? So I'll be fretting it. It's that far. See the travel. But I'm not mostly doing that there. I'm not usually fretting up there. I'm usually fretting right around the middle here. So that's where it really matters. So yeah, that's probably gonna be affecting the intonation, but it's not affecting it to the degree that it's catching me off guard. It's still, in my view, in my opinion, acceptable, right? That's okay. This one's okay. That's fine. And on the treble side, if we're on the, what do you call this area? The middle of the neck area. Oh, you can see the discoloration there. So can you, how well can we see this? There you go. So it's pretty high. And then up here in the higher register, it's going to be higher still because it's closer to the bridge. You can see how much travel it's going. And here. See how much travel that's going. Yeah. That's the thing though, because on I think it was on this guitar or another one, I tried lowering the action. I think it was on my PRS. I tried lowering the action to like reasonable ones, and then I played, something didn't feel right. It felt like, I don't know, maybe I just needed a bit of time to get used to it. But, and there was no significant string buzz or anything. But yeah, it just didn't feel right. I think I just like the, what is, how do I explain that? Some people, like what some people say, they like a bit of fight on the guitar. Like a bit of a, maybe a challenge. Like I'm not a shredder, so I don't need it to be super low. I like to play chunky riffs and more melodic solos. So it's good for, probably good for the low strings, because it gives it the room to breathe. I think that's the main reason why I increase the action, so that it can breathe. More body to the rhythm tone. And of course that could be a myth, right? Maybe if you have low action, it'll still be pretty good, but there's a bit of buzzing there, but it's not that bad. It's kind of a normal buzzing. That's fine. Yeah, Elixir, Elixir, Diadario XS. we'll see what happens in the future. So click like if you like it. If you dislike it, you obviously click dislike, right? Whatever you want to do. If you want to see the follow-up video to this, subscribe to see that video in the future. Thank you for watching, and see you all probably in the next video, okay?